Hello, Colin from Video Revealed here. I wanted to tell you about my experience looking for a 15-inch 4K monitor, and I found one that's amazing. Now, before I show you how I use it in my editing workstation, I want to show it to you as a portable monitor, because that's really how this is sold. Portable, lightweight, small enough to take with you on the road. It's got rubber feet on it, so when you set it up, it's not going to slip. And on the side, there's a headphone jack, an OTG port for keyboard, mouse, and other things. And then there's this multifunction key to navigate the menus, and a power button that also functions as a back button when you're navigating in the menus. And on the other side, there's a mini HDMI port and a full function Type-C port for power, video, audio, touch, and then a PD Type-C power port on the bottom. You can use this to view full screen inside something like Lightroom, so you've got a giant loop view. And here's a shot of just the monitor itself. This is incredible. It is so clear. Also great for viewing full screen transmit playback on something like Premiere Pro or After Effects. You're on the road and you can see just one USB-C cable is powering it. I was also able to hook it up to my wife's MacBook Air with a mini display port to an HDMI adapter, and it worked perfectly. And I could even plug in my Samsung phone using the DeX desktop. For this, I did need to add the power cable to this. So it comes in this protective case that is also the stand, and you just flip it back and position this at any angle. Because it has rubber feet, it's not going to slip. And this is magnetic, so if you want to pop it off, it comes right off very easily. It's an IPS type screen, a matte finish. It's got a refresh rate of 60 Hertz. It's 15.6 inches, and it uses Adobe RGB. If you're not familiar with Adobe RGB versus sRGB, the difference is astonishing. Let me show you a few examples of sRGB compared to Adobe RGB. And you can clearly see the gamut is a big difference. So it's great if you are doing things like photo retouching on the road. You've got a really good quality display. It's 3840 by 2160, which is Ultra HD, and it's 8-bit, 16 by 9, HDR 400, pixels per inch is 282, the viewing angle is 178, it's 550 nits, uses FreeSync, 1501 contrast. All right, so you can use it as a portable monitor, and maybe I will sometime if I want to take it on vacation with me. But for me, I got it just for working in things like Premiere Pro and the music program that I use, which is Steinberg Cubase. I'll show you that in a second. But I wanted to have a constant display of my scopes. As you can see, I've already got two 27-inch 4K displays. I don't have any more room. I've already got to zip around to work with these two displays. I didn't want even more bigger displays. I wanted something tiny that would sit right over here on the left-hand side. And I could view it, and it would play back the scopes at any time. Yes, you can call up the scopes in a workspace, but that was one extra step I hated to do. I like, in the middle of an edit, to just quickly glance over here and check what my dynamic range is, to check what my saturation is really quick, maybe make a mental note or add a marker at that point that I need to fix that clip, or look at a clip and then, just gauge myself. Well, why does that look so off? Why is that too dark or too light? Oh, now I have a look at the scopes without having to grab my mouse, go to the workspace, click the workspace. I love having this right here. You could also use this for something like the mixer, if you wanted to have the levels here and all of the faders up. And the other one is Cubase. So I use Steinberg Cubase as my music program, and one of the things that Steinberg has, this analyzing panel that you can call up. And again, I didn't want to have this on another giant display. I can easily look over here and check what my phase is, what the overall levels are, all of this specular data just at a glance. And because it's 4K, it's so crisp and beautiful, and there's no issues with working with two 4K monitors and one HD monitor. That can be a huge pain in the ass. Here it's all 4K and it looks great. The other was to have the VSX modeling panel, and I could have that over here too. What Slate VSX is, it works with a set of special headphones. And these headphones are ultra linear, so they don't have any kind of color. And you can pick all of these different rooms to listen to your music, including a boombox, including a club, including different vehicles. So you can test what your mix sounds like in an SUV with a pair of Apple earbuds, with different amazing studios around the world just by putting those headphones on. And they are spatial, so it sounds like you're sitting in that room. I'll put a link in the description to it. Unbelievable. It's changed the way that I've mixed, and I just love having these tools available right at my fingertips. Now, what I want to do is, right now this is sitting horizontal. I am going to flip this vertical, and I'm going to mount it to here, and that way I can have the supervision on the bottom and then the VSX below that, stacked on top of each other. And that would still be great for working with scopes inside Premiere Pro. I mean, Intehill, I looked at all these different monitors and came across this, and what you can't see when you're looking at pictures on the web or a review on the web, or even me doing this, is you cannot see the clarity that this thing has when it's in front of you. How beautiful it looks, vibrant, crisp. The design is amazing. Aluminum, great design. I'm gonna gush because, I mean, it's the whole reason why I did this episode is because if you are looking for that extra screen for things like scopes or monitors or any other kind of tools that you want to leave sitting up all the time, I really want you to have a look at these. They've got 15, 17-inch touch, non-touch. I'll put a link in the description. Go check it out. Amazing. You're not going to go wrong grabbing an Intehill portable monitor.